stage, my good friend, making his triumphant return after almost, I don't know what almost happened to you in that hospital, man. That was fucked up. But you are back. You don't have any tubes attached to you. You got a cane, looking like some kind of, like some kind of American history ex-pimp. Please welcome to the stage, Adam Bush.
How's everybody doing? So, he means triumphant return to the stage because I recently had some health ailments recently. Was submitted to the hospital because I had congestive heart failure. And one of the nice things about being in the hospital is that they can tell you when you need to go to the intensive care unit, even if you don't think you need to go to the intensive care unit, which costs about an additional $2,500 a day, but I won't talk about that fucking hospital bill. What I want to talk about is how I was laying there fully awake and they go, okay, we're going to put a catheter in you now, even though you're fully awake. And I was a little shocked when I saw the catheter, not because I thought, oh, okay, I don't know what a catheter is. I know it goes in my dick, okay? I mean, I knew where it was going. I wasn't like, oh, okay, it's going to be another IV. I'm going to pee out of my arm. It's going to be cool. If you know me, you know that my sister is paralyzed from the waist down. And so she would get catheters routinely to the house when I lived there. And they were just these small, thin little things, maybe like the size of lead that comes in pencils. They're very small. And I thought, okay, I can handle that going into my dick. And that's the only time I've ever thought that in my entire life. I mean, I don't know what everyone else does recreationally, but I've never like looked at something and been like, I can handle that going into my hard shaft. Yeah, totally. Definitely. The 6.5-foot Polish guy shoving things in his dick. The audacity. And they bring this tube in, and it's about the width of a bundle of number 2 pencils. And it was like brown, I thought it was like used medical tubing, and I was like, where's that tube been before? And the woman's like, okay, now I'm going to start. I'm like, no, you don't understand. I can piss in that jug that's over there. I'll get up and piss in the jug right in front of you. I'll put the jug in your face and piss in the jug. I don't care. Don't shove that thing in my dick. And so she's like, oh, well, the doctor said I have to do it, so I have to do it. I was like, well, then get my fucking doctor in here. I don't need it. And they're like, well, the doctor went home for them. I'm like, this seems like a really convenient plot. I was like, did Michael Palmendiri set this up after I pissed him off? That was his revenge. I got you. It took a month and a half and I was waiting for your heart to explode, but I got you. You motherfucker. How dare you? How dare you make fun of my heritage? Did you just do the dirt off the shoulder move? Jesus Christ. Man, I remember when the Black Album came out. Those were good times. Yeah, I fucking loved 6th grade. That was great. But, so she's like, okay, I'm going to put it in now. I'm like, I'm not ready. She's like, I have to put it in. I'm like, I'm not ready. For like 5 minutes, I'm like, I'm not ready. She's like, okay, 1, 2, fuck! I can't even describe to begin the pain, but it's the main reason I'm not up here doing rape humor right now like I usually do. Because after having something shoved inside of me forcefully, I decided it wasn't that funny anymore. It's just not that funny, guys. It's really not that great. And so I can't even, like, just imagine, if you have a dick, just imagine your dick getting stretched out from the inside. Like, just think about it. Think about it. From the inside out. I don't mean like pulling on it when you're with a girl and you've been drinking a lot and you're really impotent and you're just like, oh, come on, I know I can do this. And you're like trying to look at porn on your phone secretly in the bathroom, trying to get it going, because you're like, why did I take her home? No, this is like somebody shoves an air pump inside your dick and just turns it on, and you feel like a half-inflated balloon for the rest of the day. And so my night doctor comes in, he's just like, how you doing? I'm like, well, I'm in a lot of pain right now, because they didn't give me anything before she shoved it in. I was like, do you have any topical anesthetic even? I was like, I'll put it on myself. You don't even have to touch me. I'll do it. And she's like, nope, can't do anything, sorry. And so like I was trying to talk with the guy, I was trying to reason with him. I was like, look, I'll get up and pee in front of you. Can I pee in front of you and prove that I can do it? He's like, well, we need to leave it in. And so I'm like talking with the guy and he's like, okay, I think we can take it out, because my biggest problem with it was I didn't think she put it in correctly. I think she put it in and then heard me go fuck and got really scared and just stopped, because I kept feeling like I had to pee but nothing was coming out. And nothing feels worse than when you have to pee and there's something shoved inside of you that's stopping you from peeing. And so he's like, okay, well, I'll go ahead and take it out, but next time you have to pee, you have to get up and pee in front of me. I was like, what? He's like, I'm just joshing with you. I don't want to see your dick. I was like, but don't you have to? Never mind. He's like, okay, so we're going to pull it out on 3. 1, 2, 3. And what they don't tell you is that there's sort of a barb on the end of the catheter to keep it in your bladder once it's in there, because they're based off of how dog dicks are shaped. Look it up. True facts. And so he yanks that thing out, and I thought I was peeing. It was just another liquid that was coming out of me that usually doesn't come out of my dick. I'll stop talking about my dick now.
I like the change.
It's such an interesting story, me talking about things going inside of me, being forcibly pulled out. So basically it's just like my old style, it's just a new style.
You Bizarro Adam?
Bizarro Adam? No, I don't have the mustache. That was an old Superman reference, and if anybody got that, we can talk after the show. I'm happy Fondue is here. I'm really, really happy he's here. Like, I saw him come in, and I was like, okay, it's going to be a good night. It's going to be a good night. And he kept talking about how he was a Chihuahua, and every time I see you perform, I beg my girlfriend for me to just take you home. I'll be like, come on, I'll feed him and take care of him. I'll take him on walks. I was like, it'll be good. And she's like, no, we can't take him home because he's going to crap on the floor, or he's going to keep asking us how we lost our virginities.
I promise to behave.
See, now can we keep him? Okay, we have lots of beer. You can drink all the beer.
Yeah.
I was going to make some joke about putting a dog collar on you, but I watched the movie Audition earlier this week, and for those of you, yeah, you know what that is. And if you know what the movie Audition is, we can also talk after the show.
Konnichiwa!
Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus. So, I'm an atheist, in case, the Upside Down Cross didn't tell you otherwise. And I mean, I don't judge people who aren't an atheist. It's just really interesting around the holidays, because my family's not religious, but they're more spiritual than anything. And I've kind of realized that coming out to a somewhat spiritual family as an atheist is almost like coming out to your parents as being gay in a way, because the reaction was very similar to somebody who doesn't like, okay, Dad, I'm gay. Well, I'm not raising a fag in my house. Adam, will you say grace this year? No, I'm a newfound atheist. What are you, some kind of heathen? And that went over really well in front of my gay uncles. The first time I told that bit. So, I live here in Rockford. Not the best town, but you gotta love it. I live with 3 roommates. I live with my beautiful girlfriend and Butterbean.
That fuck.
Yeah, that fuck. And him and his wife are addicted to Minecraft. And who knows what Minecraft is? I'm not even gonna. Jesus. Now, see, my biggest problem with it is he's like 30 fucking 5. How old are you?
I'm 22.
22. All right, I'm gonna be 22 at the end of the month. That's somewhat more acceptable. Because my biggest problem is that before bum ticker happened, I used to work in retail. And I never had an adult come up to me and ask me about Minecraft. It was always like 12-year-old kids. And I started noticing that it was always like 12-year-old kids with the person, hey, do you have the Minecraft cards? Do you have the Minecraft cards? It's just something I noticed. And so I came home and I was like, hey, what's the deal with this Minecraft stuff? And they're like, oh, well, it's a RPG game where you can just do whatever. And there's really no motives. You just build shit all day and it's an 8-bit. And I'm just like, well, the thing is, all I was like 12-year-olds asking me about it, and just like that, got so defensive. Well, if you look at the demographics for it, it's really for everybody ages like 8 to 80. Like really fucking defensive about it. And I swear to fucking God, if you do not stop watching Grand Theft Auto 5 tutorial videos and laughing your ass off while I'm trying to sleep, I'm gonna kill you. I'm not even gonna be creative about it. I'm not gonna stand up here and just be cool. I will take you outside in the street and shoot you in the head like a dog.
You can do that in the game.
Do you know what he did the other day? He laughs as hard as I've ever heard him laugh in his entire life. I'm like, well, this has to be fucking hilarious. He goes, hey, this guy in the game, he just pulled down his pants. He goes, you got a baby dick. This is a man's dick. Nobody else laughed. Did you see that? Nobody else laughed. In this entire fucking room, everybody was like, that's the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life. Nobody laughed. Nobody laughed. And nobody's laughing anymore because it's getting really, really tragic. Oh, Lord. I'll do an old school bit for you guys, and I won't do the Emilio bit and ruin Scott Galvin's ending, because I really want to see you pile drive the floor again like you did at the benefit. That was fucking beautiful. Marcos is still hung up on this accidentally racist shit, which I think is fucking hilarious, because, I mean, I haven't given a shit about Brad Paisley before, and I still haven't now. But, I mean, you know, racism is something that we do have to deal with in everyday life. I used to work at Walmart. And not the good Walmart in town, not over here on State Street. No, no, no. I got to work at the other one that nobody likes to go to. And my specialty was with phones. And one day I had this elderly couple come up there looking for a cell phone plan, so I showed them a couple different plans. And I helped them get one set up, and I was setting up the phones, and I was just talking with them. It was a really enjoyable experience, something that never happens at Walmart, which is really enjoyable. And I had my own accidentally racist moment. This woman comes up, and she goes, excuse me, is that new Will Smith movie out yet? And I was like, this was about 6 months back. I was like, could you be more specific? You know, I don't really know any Will Smith movies that have come out recently. She's like, you know the one, he got like Emmys for it or something like that? I was like, gotta be more specific. Is it, she's like, it's called like Django or something like that. And it was an elderly black couple I was helping, and the guy just kind of like thinks for a second, he goes, oh, and just looks at me, like, what am I gonna do about it? Be like, ma'am, that is Jamie Foxx you're talking about. But I just decided to blame it on the alcohol. And let it go. But I mean, you know, it was just terrible, and I just want to finish up my set by saying, you know, I don't know if I'll be at the next comedy show or not. I might be. I'm going to talk to Rhiannon after the show, see what the deal with that is. But this is where I got my start as a comedian. I started through my friend Emilio, who was a stand-up comic. He really got me into it. He really encouraged me to just come up here and try stuff. I started at an open mic just like this, standing right here, about a year ago, wasn't it? Yep. Anybody who was there about a year ago? And I've really come a long way. I mean, I've performed at one other venue, 2 other venues. So I've really come a long way in the scene and pissed a lot of people off.
And we still let you come back.
I know. You can let me come back. I haven't heard from, well, I've heard from Scott, but it has been, hey, I want you to do more shows. It's, hey, my medicine's working pretty good. But, you know, this is just a really fantastic place. I mean, I'm not the biggest supporter of Buy Local, but I do support local businesses. I mean, I think it's a great thing to do, and if you don't do it, you really should. You know, unless they're pretentious assholes, and then don't do it, because, I mean, you know, they fucking suck. But, I mean, when you see something truly genuine trying to just flourish the art scene, and just flourish in general, just something truly genuine, it really shines. I mean, you know, you can see, you know, places downtown that just don't have the charm and the vibe of a place like this. And I mean, just thank you to Rhiannon for creating such just a wonderful place where people can just be open and expressive, especially for people like me. I mean, it's, you know, this is just a really fantastic place that is going to be really dearly missed by a lot of people. And I mean, I really hope we can work something out where we can get, you know, steady comedy open mics going, because I mean, if it wasn't for the open mic, I probably wouldn't be up here right now doing this kind of stuff, and there's a lot of people who wouldn't be doing this kind of stuff right now. And I mean, really, the comedy scene is something Rockford needs to have to survive, because I mean, there's just, it's something different, it's something good, it's something where people can get out and express their ways that isn't just bands, you know, something that isn't just, you know, just the typical form of entertainment you expect. I've had lots of friends come out, and there went, I was really surprised how good everybody was. And I don't know if that's an insult or a compliment. Like if they know me and they think it's going to be shitty, I don't know. But, you know, I really just hope, I mean, I know we're doing the rock bottom stuff, and that's really thriving, but I mean, I just really hope we can get another open mic going, just to give people the chance to just get up here. And even if they're not that great the first time, you know, like a 6.5-foot Polish giant who got up here and told a 30-minute story about a shitty cheeseburger he got in Woodstock.
That was the funniest story.
You'd be glad to know that I've saved the open mic. I'm moving it over to Rockford University. They're letting me have a space for the Poetry Slam in the open mic.
That's
Well,
great.
Well, see, this is what happens when you're disabled and you just sit at home watching Bizarre Foods all day.
I just announced it today.
You don't know this kind of shit. I mean, I just don't see it. I just see everybody else's Facebook updates. I'm like, no, I don't want to play Candy Crush anymore.
Yeah!
No, I don't want to play Pet Saga anymore. I couldn't get past the one level because I didn't have any more balloons to pop, and that puppy just kept looking really sad at the end when I couldn't rescue him. I couldn't handle the guilt anymore. It's like putting down Old Yeller. But, you know, just if I had just one thing to say about this place, it's just keep the spirit going no matter where it is, because it's not the building that gives it the spirit, it's the people, it's just the scene, it's just what it is around here, whether it's the comedy open mics, the poetry slams, even just the musical open nights that Paul does. I mean, just everything's fantastic, and if we can just keep this vibe and just keep the scene going, I mean, that's my biggest wish about Rockford, is just that we can just keep having this and just make it keep happening. So thank you to everybody who's not just supported me, but supported my fellow comedians. I mean, I've really found brothers and friendship in a lot of them. And just thank you for supporting the local arts, and especially for supporting Rihanna and what she's doing here, because it's fucking fantastic. So, thanks everybody.
Careful, Adam. Don't go get a catheter, man.
Oh, Jesus, don't even.
I was there when that happened too, man. Well, yeah, keep going for Adam. Keep going for Adam.